This massive fig tree has been sitting in the middle of my garden, and it's hiding a culinary secret that goes back 2,500 years. And I've just found out that fig leaves are actually edible. I'm going to make two ancient dishes dating back to the 5th century BC and seeing how they hold up with today's taste palates. The first thing I'm going to make is a fragrant tea from these leaves, and if you can smell right now, you would just smell the waft of beautiful sweet fig scented air. So I'm really hoping this tea will capture that essence. The second one dates back to the 5th century BC, and it's a dish called Thrion, and these were both traditionally eaten and drank in the Mediterranean around that time. The leaves are used to wrap some sweet pastry with some preserved fruit, and we'll see how that works. I've never done this before, so let's get on this cooking journey and see whether it actually works. The figs are just beginning to ripen. Got some big ones here almost ready to pick, but the majority are quite small. So for now, let's go ahead and pick some fig leaves. For the tea, I'm going to pick the larger leaves. I've researched and it says that they're the ones that have been ripening all year and will give the most flavour for tea. And then for the Thrion, I'm going to go slightly smaller, maybe something like this, and they'll be easier to wrap. You don't want those too large. One of the things that you do have to note if you have a fig tree and you're picking leaves or even pruning it is that the milky sap from there is an irritant to the skin. So you have to be careful not to get it on your skin. So if you're pruning, wear long sleeves, and if you're picking leaves, put on some gloves. And if you do get it on your skin, don't worry, just some soapy warm water and give your hands and skin a good rinse. I'm going to cut the stalks here so I'm not transferring lots of sap into the bowl or into the house, and it's just a cut and drop pruning method. So I'm going to get about 5 leaves for the tea, and I'm going to take them from different areas of the actual tree. For the Thrion, I want leaves that are about the size of the palm of my hand, and they'll make a nice wrapper for those. And having the 3 leaves will make it easier to wrap as well. As you can see, I've got some of the white milky sap on my gloves. So it's better on the gloves than on your skin. I've picked all the fig leaves that I need, so let's get into the kitchen and check these recipes out. I've washed the fig leaves and just making sure they're as dry as possible. What I want to do is low and slow in the oven and dry these out till they're crispy. And they're very big, so I'm going to have to put them on a couple of trays. 100 degrees, and I'm not sure how long it will take, but probably 40 to 60 minutes. Whilst the fig leaves are baking in the oven, let's prepare the fig leaves for the Thrion. The first thing I need to do is water bath these for 60 seconds in boiling water and then plunge them into some icy water just to stop that cooking, and that keeps the leaves nice and green and stops them from cooking further. Once they're cooled, I'll drain them off. Next, I'm going to make the dough to go inside the fig leaves. Here I have 120 grams of flour. I've used T55 if you're in Portugal. A teaspoon of salt, green cardamom seeds. I've just chopped them up finely with a knife. That's the seeds just from one cardamom. Always mix your dry ingredients in with a whisk and it just distributes everything around the flour really well. I've soaked about a teaspoon or tablespoon actually of sultanas, golden sultanas. Some dates, I've used 2 dates which I've chopped up. Prior to chopping them up, I removed the skins from them and I put them to one side with the pod from the cardamom, and I'm going to put that in the water which we use to cook the Thrion. mix those in the flour so they're evenly distributed. And to that, 1 egg yolk, 30 grams of lard. If you don't like using lard, you can use butter. Squeeze of lemon juice. This is lemon from the storm damaged house, and that will just lift those sweet flavours. Again, I'm going to put this into the stock. About 4 tablespoons of milk and a little drizzle of honey. Don't need to add too much. Dough scraper, really great for the kitchen. Mix this up into a dough and give it a really good knead to make sure that all the fats are evenly distributed. If it goes a little bit dry, this is going to work out, but if it is a little bit dry, then you can just add an extra splash of milk, because all flours are different and absorb differently. The dough is ready, so let's stuff the fig leaves. I've saved this big one to go in the bottom of the pot, because once the leaves are stuffed, they're going to go into here and boiled up in a solution of honey and water. So I'm just using the leaf as a liner to the bottom of the saucepan, just to stop anything burning, because obviously honey, I've not cooked it before, but honey can burn the bottom of a pan. Leaves are all prepped, and I've got 12. I'm just going to roughly buy in 12 portions, so I want 6 pieces out of this one. Just going to roll it into a sausage. 6. That looks about right. Let's go for the chop. The best way to roll any leaf, turn your leaf upside down so it's the vein side up, and then just roll over and then fold in and then roll to the end. So you've got little parcels, and then pop that in the pan. Just going to go through and do these. All the Thrions in the pan. Going to add to this 4 teaspoons or 4 tablespoons of honey. This is always easier said than done. I think I'm just going to approximately pour 4 tablespoons, probably a little more, about that. Cover with water. She splashes it everywhere until everything is submerged. And don't worry about using a lot of honey, because this syrup will actually be used for something else. You can reduce it further at the end and make it really thick, or you can use it in other dishes. I'm going to put in the remainder of the date skins. That will just be for extra flavour. The cardamom pod shell, and squeeze the rest of the lemon juice in there. And that's going to boil very gently. Once it comes up to a proper boil, just turn it down slightly and boil that, simmer it for 40 minutes. Look at these. The fig leaves are ready. They're crispy, just where I need them to be. They smell amazing. My oven smelled wonderful when I opened it up just now. I'm going to get these into a jar. Yeah, that crunch. Put them in the jar and then just crunch them up. I'm just using a rolling pin to break these down into a kind of a tea leaf. And that looks fantastic. Let's make some tea. Amongst the big list of things that I can't find at the moment because of the storm is my teapot. So I've got a Pyrex jug and we'll make tea in there. I'm going to go for a tablespoon And I've just boiled the kettle. Give it a good stir, let it steep. I'll be back for a cup of tea and some Thrion because they're almost ready. We'll be ready for the taste test. Everything's ready. Remember to give me a like, share and subscribe if you're enjoying my content. It really helps my channel. Let's tuck in to some tea in my unconventional teapot. Look at the beautiful green colour. It just smells beautifully figgy. That's definitely a keeper. That's really good. I drink lots of herbal tea and this is now going to be one for the cupboard. Fantastic. Cheers, this is delish. Let's get into the Thrion. Really excited about trying these. They're best eaten hot. Let's cut in. Looking good. They're really good. The flavour is really complex. You've got the beautiful fig flavour and slight chewiness from the fig leaf, and then inside all the different fruits, cardamom, just a hint of it really lifts it. I would just add a tiny drop more lemon juice, but these are just really good. Well done, 5th century BC. When I was doing my research, it said that traditional cheese was a good way of eating these with. Let's try the two together. I think it's going to work really well. Perfect. What a wonderful dish, all the way from 5 BC to 2026, and it tastes superb. These are definitely staying on my menu. Let me know in comments if you try this dish or any other dishes that you're making with fig leaves, and when the figs are ripe in the garden, I'll be showing you what I'm doing with those. So for now, take care, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you.